Central Illinois weather isn't easy on our home's roofs. The shingles can take quite a beating, not just in the spring, but 365.
That's right. Earlier in our Angie's List report, she shared a few things you need to be aware of before starting that roofing job. Here with more
Yeah. You want to visit? Why don't we visit with Cory Swanson with the roofing dog? Swanson Roofing dog. It's good to have you.
Nice to see you.
Wanted to ask, because we watched that a little bit earlier. Let's talk about roofs. Why is it so important in in spring that homeowners start to look at their roofs?
The winter itself can do a lot of damage. You know, the freeze thaw, you get a lot of ice up there, and then usually in the springs when we start seeing all the rain. So that's when people said, you know, I didn't have a leak last year, and then now something, you know, roof got a little older over the winter, and all these spring rains, water starts coming through the house.
So I'm sure winter is a downtime for you. Taking a little break, and now things are going to start picking up. What do homeowners need to be looking for, though? Like on their roof or their gutters? What kind of signs are we looking for?
From the inside, you know, any ceiling stains. You might not see a leak dripping through, but if you see yellow spots on the ceiling, that could be the sign of water. Go outside, look and see if any shingles are missing. Check the backyard too. A lot of people don't think to go in the backyard and check. They'll pull up when they drive home, look at the front, never look at the back of the yard too. And then the gutters, that's a little bit harder to tell because sometimes it's got to be raining to know that your gutters are leaking. But if you look out the window during a rainstorm and you see that water dripping from underneath the gutters, your gutters might be getting old. Yeah.
Okay, so if you see a shingle off to the side, does that necessarily your whole roof needs replacing, or does that mean an easy fix? Let's just replace those that are missing.
Can be both. If your roof's kind of old, it could be time to replace the whole roof. But we do a lot of jobs where it's just a couple shingles blowing off here and there, and we just go out and fix that small area. But we'll look at it and we'll let you know. We'll take pictures and say, hey, this roof's in pretty bad shape. You might want to look at replacing the whole thing.
Right.
That's a good point. So talk to me a little bit about the process. When someone calls, how does that work? Because eventually I want to get to the point of knowing the kinds of questions that viewers want to ask people when they're calling about this.
Sure.
So how does the process start?
Well, when they call us, we kind of have a sheet that we walk through that they might not think of the questions that they could look for, like the age of the roof, for example. That's going to tell us a lot. If it's only a 3 or 4 year old roof, so it might be a minor problem. If it's a 20-year-old roof, we know we're probably looking at a new roof. So that's one of the biggest things that we look for. And then we'll come out and do the actual inspection, because most people don't know what to look for. So we'll do the inspection, and there's no charge for that either.
Okay, Angie's List mentioned subcontracting the job. What do you think of that?
Well, you got to be careful with that. Now, if you're doing a whole project and you have a general contractor, you might be doing some siding, you might have some electrical work tied in, you might need different trades that might subcontract. But if your roofing company treats their workers as subcontractors, you really got to check the insurances. All of our employees are company employees, so if an accident should happen, they're covered with our insurances. That might not happen with the subcontractor.
Yeah, we're taking a look right now at some of the work that you do with your hardworking guys there. Start to finish, how long does a roof usually take?
Most jobs just take us a day. The bigger jobs would take us 2 to 3 days, but on average about a day.
Is there anything the homeowner needs to do prior to your visit the day you come?
Not really. If they have anything, real valuable hanging on the walls that might kind of shake off the walls with all the clutter and commotion, it's a good thing to do. We try to make it as painless on the homeowner as possible. So, we take care of all the outside stuff, but anything you want to protect, take it down.
Yeah. I'm sure you get people that call you saying, I just talked to this other company. I'm not really sure they're legit. What kinds of things do you hear that people out there need to understand are red flags?
The biggest things that I can tell people is references. I still, think we live in a relatively small community where a lot of people know other people. So the biggest thing is to check the other references. When we talk to people, we'll give them a list of over 2,000 people to call. So that's probably the number one thing. It's not too hard to get a roofing license, to be honest with you, so that's not necessarily, the end-all, be-all, but definitely check a lot of references.
But it's not easy to prove your worth at it, which you guys have done, so definitely check out those references.
And I love your mission, protecting your family from nature's elements. You really are a family company.
Yeah, we are. I've kind of grown up doing this, and my brother's been with me from the beginning, and we just take a lot of pride that, people count on us to take care of their house, so, we want to keep them dry.
Cory Swanson with Swanson Roofing, thank you so much. We appreciate the information. The Roofing Dog here giving us some good advice, and we'll connect you to their website through ours at CILiving.tv.
Hey, what do you know about those bunnies in the roofs that Joe was talking about earlier?
Does
your dog take care of those?
No, they tear my wife's flowers up. They tear them up.
Sorry, Melissa. Okay, coming up next, film critic Chuck Kapliski is here reviewing Cinderella.